Hey everyone, today I want to talk about apps that I use for my garden as well as for plant IDs that are absolutely free. Yes, they are completely free. Some of them do offer paid subscriptions, but I'm the kind of person that doesn't want to pay for an app unless I am totally impressed with their free version first. So, a quick disclaimer. First, I always use my own judgment before following any advice an app gives me. Second, this video isn't sponsored, nor am I being paid by any of these apps. This is basically my personal experience in using these. And lastly, I'm based in the US, so I can't guarantee they're available in every country. So let's get going. I tried several plant IDs before I settled on Picture This, and I like it because it's clear and easy to read, easy to use. You can either snap a photo directly into the app or upload from your camera roll. It'll identify the plant and tell you whether it's annual or perennial, the hardiness zone. Is it toxic? Is it a weed? And I do like that it gives you a little bit of a back of history behind this plant. Now, one feature that I really like is that it creates a shareable plant profile card. I can assume you can print it. I've never tried, but I've actually texted the card back to whoever was asking me for the plant information. The app also gives your plant a health rating. Does it look healthy? Does it look sick? It does offer a diagnosis, but that's part of the paid version, which I can't really speak to as as I like to do the troubleshooting myself. So I never tried. If you want to go for it, go for it. I mostly use this app when some odd plant shows up in the garden or in the store when a plant doesn't have a tag because that never happens. So it's helpful for me to identify these plants. A philodendron without a tag might look nice, but then requires some different care that you're not ready to provide. So it's good to know that I can use this app before I decide to buy a random plant. The biggest downside with this, which I find common in other apps, is that it struggles to identify a plant at the seedling stage. One time I found something odd sprouting in my dahlia bed, and this app told me that it was some sort of toxic stinkhorn mushroom that I had to get rid of right away. But I decided to give it time so that it can grow more mature and develop its true leaves, and it just ended up being one of my dahlias. On the other hand, I found a random seedling in the greenhouse and I let it grow and ended up being a weed. So what do I know, right? All this to say that use these apps as a guide, but not as the final answer. If you're planning an outdoor vegetable garden, I found this one to be incredibly helpful. After entering your location, it gives you planting schedules based on your growing zone. It gives you companion plant information, what the beneficial insects to that plant is, or the pests, what plants are considered trap crops, and what plants you should or should not plant together due to its requirements for nutrients and space. The past year, they've added flowers and herbs, which I really appreciate as I want to incorporate them more into my garden. The one thing that you're probably not going to find is the specific varieties. So if you want to search Roma tomatoes, you're best just searching for tomatoes. This hasn't really been an issue to me because if I don't find it when I search, you easily can scroll through the entire inventory. My favorite feature is definitely the garden planner. You enter your garden's dimensions. I use 6 by 8 foot bed, and then you drag the plants into this grid layout, and the app will automatically warn you if the plants are too close or if certain plants shouldn't be growing next to each other. When I first started my garden, I printed this layout and I used string to mark off the areas where I was going to plant my vegetables, which I found this to make it the process much easier. The only thing that still confuses me is the planting timeline. For example, it tells me to start chives indoors from January through August, transplant them from March through September, but it also tells me to direct sow them beginning in March. So if this is customized to my growing zone, why start them indoors? Why transplant them when I could simply just sow them out directly from the beginning? Maybe it's me, but I just still find that a little bit confusing. Now, this one I'm pretty sure is made by the same company as pictured this because the layout is almost identical. Now, if you know me at all, you can tell I'm not a bug person. But I also don't want to end every insect I encounter in the garden because I know that a lot of them are very beneficial. This app, you'll upload or take a picture of the insect and it will identify or give you a few possibilities. Overall, I learned a lot about insects through this app. I've learned that ladybugs, for example, come in different colors, what their larvae looks like, and that not every yellow beetle is a ladybug. It identifies spiders and butterflies and moths. Last summer, I let a spider live in my garden because the app actually helped me realize that it was beneficial to my plants as it was only there for the bugs and not for me. Overall, I don't really have much complaints about this one. It's been pretty accurate, but I still double check anything important with a quick Google search because remember, not all ID apps are perfect, so it's always worth verifying before you take any action. Now, this one is not a plant or gardening app, but I felt it's so much fun I had to mention it. We have bird feeders and lots of flowers, so we get quite a different variety of birds out there. This app identifies birds using photos, but my favorite feature is to identify them by the sound. You simply record the bird singing, and the apps tell you what it is. It gives you the information such as their life cycle, migration patterns, their breeding habits. It is especially useful for me when I'm out there in the garden by myself and I hear this odd noise and I feel like I'm being hunted. No, it's not a dinosaur, it's just a hawk. Though I don't know if that's any better. Overall, this is a fun app. It is a very educational app that was developed by Cornell University, and it's just fun for everyone who uses it. And the best part about this app, it is totally free. There's no subscriptions. Everyone gets the same access to the information. So this one, if you want to try anything at all from this list, try this one. So those are the four apps that I actually use and keep coming back to. None of them are perfect, but they are genuinely helpful, and the free versions have done everything that I've needed. If you used any of them, or if you have an app that you think I should use, please comment below. Thanks for watching, and as always, welcome to my madness.